Somewhat afar, be that the north or be that the south of Europe, to this meeting. Most welcome. This is a classical transfer chairmanship meeting. It is co-chaired by Sweden, that's me. Take over the chair at the end of item 1.2 on the agenda. But before coming to that, we are on item 1.
Bonsoir à tous les ambassadeurs, ambassadrices et tout d'abord exprimer ma grande satisfaction de pouvoir prendre le relais d'un grand ami, d'un grand diplomate, d'un grand ministre comme Carl Bildt, d'un grand pays comme c'est la Suède. Et si vous permettez, vous avez la priorité, le document de priorité de la présidence espagnole. Vous allez me permettre aussi de prononcer formellement la majorité de ce Conseil, se prononcer avec tellement de louanges, de félicitations du travail fait par la Suède.
Particularly, I would say, after a fairly active and politically unusually interesting 6 months in the chairmanship, to hand over to Spain and Miguel Moratinos and get that through due to the objections of primarily one member state. I leave of the council. I had hoped that it would be possible for Russia to ratify. I took note of the rather extraordinary speed with which the Duma approved some significant changes in the Russian constitution in the last few days. I would not have asked for that sort of speed.
Merci beaucoup. Tout d'abord, je dois féliciter à la présidence sortante, mon cher ami et collègue Carl Bildt, pour le travail d'organisation dans le chemin de ce nouveau siècle, en mettant le respect des droits, la promotion des droits de l'homme, l'état de droit et la démocratie au plus haut niveau possible pour renforcer et donner cette spécificité fondamentale et essentielle à cette organisation. Voilà ce que je tiens à vous dire comme introduction et évidemment à nouveau profiter de cette occasion pour féliciter. J'ai entendu les éloges qui ont été exprimés lors de la séance plénière qu'on vient de finaliser en faveur de la présidence suédoise et je voudrais me signaler, m'associer à les félicitations de toutes les représentants du Conseil de l'Europe pour la sagesse et la façon dont le ministre des Affaires étrangères de la Suède, Carl Bildt, a mené et a rehaussé le rôle, la crédibilité, la légitimité de cette organisation européenne. Merci.
We established the office, First Commission for Human Rights in Navarro, Europe, Spain, and quite recently I met my Spanish predecessor from more than 20 years ago, Mr. Oreja, who I'm glad to say is still very much alive and well and kicking.
Countries on a threat that is common to them and common to all of us.
We'll take another question on the first row and move on.
Y hacer un llamamiento a la unidad internacional, de la comunidad internacional y sobre todo de países como Pakistán y India para erradicarlo. Lo mismo nuestra embajada en el Reino Unido, coordinando los esfuerzos para tratar de liberarlos. No hay más noticias, estamos en los primeros momentos y no tenemos ninguna nueva indicación.
I would like to know what do you think to do to get Russia to implement this Protocol 14? If you have some new idea, maybe Sweden has not, or maybe a plan B.
Well, I think we will try, through this presidency, to engage with Russia in order that they will ratify the Protocol 14, as Foreign Minister Karbik had said. The Russian authorities and representatives have related to the work in the Duma. We will try to have, of course, a political dialogue with the Russian in order to convince of the urgency of ratifying this protocol. Myself, I will go to Moscow on the 8th of December.
Dans quelle mesure le dialogue interculturel pourrait jouer un rôle dans la résolution, dans le règlement des conflits, pour dépasser ces frontières? Comment voyez-vous ce dialogue?
Absolutely right. I'm going to Baku on Monday to take part in the ministerial conference, and I'm looking forward to it very much indeed. There will be a number of people there, of course, who are not ministers, but not from Council of Europe member states, and a number of people from, I think, the Middle East and North Africa.
Because as you probably two ministers will have realised, it's difficult to hear the interpretation. You very clearly, but of course the interpretation is drowned.
Interested in what is happening in our neighbours, not because we are concerned, simply because we're concerned about terrorism, and there was a reference earlier to terrorism. Think about what happened in Madrid a few years ago to recognise the truth of what I'm saying. So we'll be looking at that very carefully indeed, and I welcome this opportunity, and I will be indeed beginning or intensifying the dialogue which we already have to some extent with the countries in North Africa. I'll be doing that next week.
Thank you very much.